Hi everyone, I wanted to do like an update video. I guess just kind of explain like why I haven't been uploading as consistently as I used to. You can hear my dog whining in the background. He's supposed to be sleeping right now. Okay. I haven't been doing too well mentally, to be honest. And I kind of just wanted to be like transparent with you guys and explain a little bit, as well as give you updates to like how things are going now. So, I have an anxiety disorder. I talk about this a lot. And oh, by the way, I'm not going to spend too much time editing this video. So if there's like a lot of ums and uhs or like pauses and stuff, I don't want to like spend too much time chopping this up and stuff like that. I'm really just trying to talk to you guys. So, I've always had like an anxiety disorder, OCD. I talk about this sometimes on my Discord with you guys, but for anyone who like isn't part of it, this is what it is. For most of my life, I've had an anxiety disorder. I feel like as long as I can remember, I've had OCD and an anxiety disorder. Like I remember being an 8-year-old kid and like having to chew my food on like equal sides of my mouth. Like I couldn't just chew it on the right side. I'd count. I'd be like, okay, chew right 3 times, left 3 times, right 2 times. Like I had stuff like that as a kid. And like my brain was just always kind of like, I felt like it was wired differently compared to the other kids my age. Like, you know, if we were all sitting at a table and someone had like a cup of juice, like at the end of the table, and all these kids were just like flailing their arms around and like having fun, I would be like, I could not stop thinking about how someone's gonna knock that juice over. That kid's arms are flailing way too close to that juice. He's gonna knock that juice over. And it seems like no one else like seems to care about stuff like that. But as a kid, I just like, that's how my brain went. Like, I feel like I've always had those kind of like anxious thoughts. One of the things too is I was like really obsessed with death as a kid. I went to a Catholic school, and something about like learning about the afterlife and stuff, I had a lot of questions, and no answers were given to me really, or at least no logical answers that I really appreciated. So I was like really fascinated with that, and that kind of like sparked my anxiety even more, to the point where I remember being like 12 and having existential crises and stuff like that. Obviously I didn't know it at the time. It wasn't until I was a bit older that I think I was a teenager when I had my first panic attack, seemingly out of nowhere. I don't remember doing anything like different. I just remember all of a sudden my heart started pounding, and like everything went like numb, and things started to like dissociate around me, like things look unreal. And I was like, what the heck is going on? And I told my mom, and I ended up going to therapy, and I would have panic attacks like daily, every day, ever since that day. And like intrusive thoughts, like really weird thoughts, like if I was home alone with my dog, and I would be like, what if I hurt my dog? What if I kill my dog? I love my dog. I would never do something like that. But like, I just kind of had like this mental hell going on. So things got better as I would talk to my therapist about it. I don't remember much because I was a teenager at this time, and now I'm in my 20s. I don't really recall. But things got better, and it was manageable. Like I was still kind of anxious, but it was like that general like anxiety that we're all used to. And then fast forward to when COVID started, things started to get a little bit worse. I feel like my OCD kind of like resurfaced. I would have moments where I couldn't sleep at night because I kept thinking that I left the stove on. Even if I didn't use the stove that day, I would like keep thinking that the stove is on. So I'd have to like leave bed 7 times to go downstairs and check the stove. It even got to the point where like I bought a like those baby monitor cameras, and I pointed it at the stove so that I can like check on my phone, like live view from my bed to make sure that the stove was off. I decided from there that I was like, you know what? I've never tried medication. Let me try to get on something to help me with this. So I went on Lexapro. It's an SSRI. And I was on it for like 6 to 8 months. And this was around the time I started making content too. This was like the beginning of the pandemic. And things were good. Like it actually got rid of all of my anxiety issues. It is an antidepressant, but like I never had depression, I don't think. Or at least if I did, it wasn't like all consuming to my life or whatever. But it did really help, but I didn't like the side effects that it gave me. So it kind of made me feel like, for lack of a better word, dumber. Like I couldn't think whereas my brain used to be like constantly racing with thoughts, it was like, it became like that meme where it's like head empty. Like I would literally have like a song stuck in my head on loop all day. And that was the only thing my brain could come up with. Like I couldn't think of things. I couldn't like problem solve. I couldn't learn. I couldn't memorize things. I would get like really forgetful. And that kind of got in the way of my life because I'm a very competitive person. Like I play Yu-Gi-Oh! And I remember trying to play Yu-Gi-Oh! And like I just could not think of plays. I couldn't think steps ahead. I couldn't think of anything. And it was at that point that I realized just how much I relied on my anxiety to kind of like push me ahead in life or give me an upper edge, give me a higher edge. I don't know. I kind of was like, so I got off of it. I was like, I don't feel like myself. I don't feel like that person I used to be. Like I kind of like used to pride myself on how good I was at certain things or when it came to like mental things, you know? So I got off of it. And that was like the worst decision ever because I relapsed really hard. And this is actually what has been going on for the past couple months and why I haven't been streaming, because things have gotten like really, really bad as of late. It's gotten in the way of like my day-to-day life. It's definitely like impacted me. I developed like this obsession with food where like I can't eat normally. I have like this intrusive thought that every food I eat is poisoned or drugged or something, even though I know it's like ridiculous and extremely unlikely. Like I just could not eat food without this thought that it was poisoned. So then I ended up losing like 10 pounds, and which isn't such a bad thing because I gained weight when I was on the medication before, so I'm kind of just like at my normal weight again. But it was really bad. Like I'd have this list of safe foods that I could eat and unsafe foods that I couldn't eat, and this was all just dictated by my brain based off of literally nothing. So I kind of had like this grass is greener moment where I was like, you know what, maybe it wasn't so bad being on medication. Maybe I'll go back on that because being a little bit less sharp but not having anxiety is probably better than the hell that I'm in right now. So I went back on medication. It's an SSRI, and I don't know if some of you know like how SSRIs work or if you guys have like knowledge of it. It doesn't work right away. It's kind of stupid. Like when you take it, it's supposed to take like 3 to 6 months to fully take effect. And within those 3 to 6 months, things can actually get worse before they get better. I don't know why. I think it's like what kind of medication? Like, can you imagine taking an Advil and it's like, oh yeah, your headache is going to get like 10 times worse, but then it's going to go away. Like it's the weirdest thing ever. And I've tried to like research why that is, but I found like 3 different studies and I don't know which one is correct. I don't think scientists know which one is correct. So it's been a week and I'm getting like the side effects that I mentioned where things get worse before they get better. So within this week, I've felt kind of like a roller coaster of emotions and feelings and sensations. I felt really fatigued to the point where like I cannot get out of bed, I can't focus on anything, to like really anxious and nervous and jittery like I just had 10 cups of coffee. The side effects are supposed to go away anywhere between 3 weeks to 3 months. Hopefully things will get better, but I kind of just wanted to like let you guys know because I'm going to be at the YCS at the end of the month, and like I hope things will be good, but I worry that I won't be 100% myself. And if I meet some of you guys, if I'm like really fatigued and can't even hold a conversation or something like that, or if I'm like really jittery and anxious, like this happened at the regional I went to last weekend where I was so jittery that I almost had to leave. Like I was at round 3 and I'm about to face my opponent, and all of a sudden I get like the start of a panic attack. And I know everyone's panic attacks is different, but like for me, the scariest thing about like my panic attacks is I always get derealization or depersonalization, where like all of a sudden I'm just like doing something and nothing looks real. Like everything looks like different, and I'm looking at myself from like a third person point of view. And it's like really weird. Like people can talk to me and I'll like hear their voice from behind me and I can't like focus on what they're saying. So that's like the freakiest part. And then I also get like the heart palpitations and like shaking and things like that. So yeah, I just wanted to give you guys a heads up. If you meet me at the YCS and I'm a little off, that's why. hopefully this gets better soon and I can get back to consistently pumping out content and streaming like that. That's why I haven't been streaming, but I have been making some YouTube content, because I feel like YouTube content is easy. Like right now I'm recording, but if I am feeling a little off, I can literally just hit stop recording and go walk away for a second. If I'm streaming, I'm kind of like worried that like I'll just have a panic attack and I'll leave you guys hanging for like an hour or so. Yeah, so that's where I've been. That's like what has been going on in my life for the past couple months. Just trying to get over this mental hurdle and get back to the way things were. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being patient with me. I hope to get back to making content soon. I'm like semi-active in my Discord. If you want updates on things, make sure you join the Discord. I talk in there more frequently and openly. Oh, my hair is sticking to the microphone. What the hell? So yeah, thanks for watching.